himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So Newhoff in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani, not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haig deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the loud pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And it definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down in towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is enjoying himself watching. And Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there. Is that really bunching up now?
going down.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it. Medeiros
They're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's touched on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to move forward. We are heading now to the round 2 race of the playoff. We have got the Bend Over 400 live from Dover International Speedway, 1.64 kilometers in length for 1.6 miles. It is that time once more. Let's get ready to race here at Dover. Don't forget, tonight is sponsored by the Killer Brownie Company. Go and check out Killer Brownie down in the description below at killerbrownie.com and see if you can get some killer brownies in your area. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined once more in the booth by the wonderful, the Mr. Know-It-All, knowledgeable NASCAR King of Information, Mr. Kenton Sportak. We can have a quick look at the way the standings look at the moment. Now, this is the situation here as well, and we'll be able to see when things start doing what they should be doing. That would be ideal. There we go. We have 8 drivers on 2,000 points. These are the 8 drivers that are currently still standing. These are your gladiators. These are your wrestlers in the main event of WrestleMania. These are the baddest of the baddest drivers here. And we started off with Alex Witt, Andrew Williams, Brandon McLaughlin, Dan Michael, Hunter Carlson, Matthew Norberg, Noel Jackowitz, and Rodney Roberts. They are the 8 that are in this final. Matthew Norberg, of course, cemented his place with that win as well in, I believe it was Dager, if I remember correctly, that Norberg took the victory. No, yes, it was Dager here as well. Below that, we've got the likes of Christian Estrada, Devon Collicott, Cody Kern, Jordan Malcolm, Anthony Radel, Calvin Ross, Nicholas Stotner, and my boy Terry Spainhour rounding out the top 16. There's no need to go below that, because at the end of the day, those are the drivers that matter. Those are the drivers that are here. They will put the show on for us at Dover. 24-degree banking in the turns and 9 degrees on the straights. We have seen them coming off the corners, and boy, oh boy, have they rejoined the wall. Welcome in, everybody. Colleen, thanks so much for joining us. Then we've got our very own race steward, Armand Brusso, who is in YouTube chat. I won't be racing tonight. Something tells me race control is needed now. I was talking to Kenton in the green room. We have put our predictions down for the amount of laps that we consider will be fair under green. Kenton's gone 70% green flag laps. I've gone 55%. Maybe I'm not the optimistic one here as well, but let's bring him in. The man with all the knowledge, the Mr. NASCAR himself, Mr. Kenton Sportak. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. How's it going for yourself there? Still raining, or are we nice and dry now?
No, don't be silly. And we're still raining. It's Britain, bro. We've hit October. It's rain, 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 and rain. So, look, right, we were talking in the green room before. We were talking about Dover. We both agreed this track is your traditional oval. It is egg. It is an oval. It shouldn't be that hard. And yet, we're still finding people in the wall.
Yeah, and the biggest issue is the corners to straights are very stark. You come from these very high bank corners. I believe it's 24-degree banking on the turns. Yeah, and then you immediately go down to a 9-degree banking for the straights, but the oval is very tight because it is very short. It's only 1 mile. Typically, a lot of the ovals that we've been seeing lately out with the exception of Talladega, are about that 1.5 mile. And you sit there and you think about it, it's not that far, but it turns a 400 maximum meter corner. It makes it that little bit longer, which is just a little easier to kind of make not so tight of a turn. And because it's such a tight turn, you have to slow down so much more. And in order to get back on the throttle, you tend to throttle up. But you also kind of hit that banking fairly hard of the straight, as odd as that sounds, because you're so low into the corners that when you go back up to get onto the banking for the straightaway, it's kind of like an increase in banking, as it sounds. It's kind of weird, but like this kind of track is very similar to Bristol in that it'll actually send you to the inside wall, not so much the outside wall as you would expect it to, but your car will get really tight and it turns really easily coming out of that corner and just kicks straight down. So if anything's going to get caused, it'll probably be to the inside. It's one of the rare times that having an outside lane is actually kind of an advantage. But we'll see how it all ends up playing out, and hopefully we're a little closer to my prediction than yours.
Well, let's hope. But last week at Vegas, we did see Mr. Nick Stockner take the win. Rodney Roberts and Anthony Radel were your 1, 2, 3. Stockner got his first win ever in a league race last week as well. The job he did. Now, it was a little bit up in the arms because there was a lot of conversation going on in YouTube chat about tactics for Andrew Williams, and we don't really want to keep emphasizing about it and going on about it, so we're not going to mention it. We are going to just give props to Nick Stockner for winning his first ever league race. So well done to you, Nick. Congratulations on your win. So much love to Nick Stockner there as well. Now, unfortunately for Mr. Stockner, it's gone from the highs to the lows due to the fact that he has been issued an EOL. If you don't know what that means, it is an end-of-line penalty. He must start at the back of the line here this evening as well. Poor old Nick Stockner went from the highs of winning his first race to the lows of then getting a penalty.
Yeah, rather unfortunate, but thankfully it just being an end of line is a lot easier to overcome than having to start from the pits or starting a lap down. So he at least still has a shot, and hopefully it'll end up being a smooth race for him.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? He could have got a time penalty, which would have took away his first win, right? That was an option if they felt the collision was bad enough. And look, as much as we'd have loved to see the team game played, and as much as we'd have loved to see the whole Andrew Williams being pushed over the line and everything else, it is what it is. You've got to give the guy props for taking his first win. He did do as well. I know, obviously, his family was happy and everything else. So let's see what happens with Stockner here tonight. Because at the end of the day, look, despite what we think, and there was a big old conversation about what should have happened, what didn't happen, what possibly could have happened if, Stockner and Norberg had covered Williams off and pushed him over and whatever else. Look, it is what it is. Stockner's now registered. He's gone down in the history books as the man that won Vegas. And that's props enough, right? Because although Vegas wasn't as high as some of the caution counts, right? Let's be real. We'd had 12 in Dega. Vegas was only 7. The prediction is here today. We're in for a lot more. And that worrying prediction comes from the fact that obviously drivers have come out and they said be aware. And, there was even talk of us being able to interview the whole entire field. We've got 20 drivers in here tonight. So let's see what the grid looks like. But let's also go from, and hopefully we won't get that, Dan Michael on pole, Alex Witt second, Andrew Williams third, Norberg in fourth. That is the 4 main playoff contenders as such. We've got Strada, we've got Jackowitz behind that, Carlson and McLaughlin. TJ down in 9th, Calvin Ross 10th, Peg 11th, Stockner in 12th, who will go back to the EOL, of course. Zach Lewis, Andrew Almquist, Rob Sizemore, Cody Kern, Rodney Roberts, Devon Collicott, Anthony Radel, and then, of course, we know Armin's not here. So, what do we think here as well? When we talk about Dover, what are we thinking in conjunction with it? We've got 150 laps. The lap times aren't very long. Come on. Can we get through it? How do we think it's going to happen?
Your first stint at minimum, with the expectation, I mean, in reality, you kind of have to expect that you're going to have a green flag race. Like you have to go in expecting that, react to less. So if you're expecting that, it's going to be a little more emphasis on tire saving. Obviously, you still have to keep in mind there probably will be at least one yellow flag before we're planning to have our stage break at, I believe it's lap 60. So before that, there's a good chance you're going to have one combined with they have 30% fuel. Tire wear is going to be a big problem here, though. I have a feeling that tires are going to be a little hurting by the end of a stint, a fuel stint there. So being smart, trying to conserve as much as you can, a lot of lifting, not super tons of trying to power through these corners. And I wouldn't be surprised seeing a few people take a little bit of a higher line and not coming all the way down to the apron, just again to try and save as much tire as they can all the way through there.
Yeah, you see the schedule. We are 3 away from the end of the season. We've got Dover 150 laps on 35% fuel, 3 laps of tire, 3 tire set, stage break at 60. Then next week we go on to Auto Club for 100 laps there as well, 70% fuel, stage break at 40, and we finish in Homestead on the 135 laps. But let's see what happens here. Can we make it through? Can we get this up and running? Can we get higher than 55% of tyres? That means we've got to do about 77.5 laps, give or take, under green flag. Kenton's is up at the 70% mark. Sorry. Quick maths at this time in the morning, not going to happen. Round about 90, should we say, give or take. So, let's get this up and running, Kenton. Let's get this going. Let's get Dover running. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, buckle in, buckle up, whatever you want. Get your drinks, get your popcorn, because Dover's up and running. The Burton Dover 400 is green, green, green. And already we have got Alex Witt out in front, jumping up one place here over Dan Michael. Further back in the field, TJ Spanow is running that inside line, just going underneath Calvin Ross currently at the moment as well. Andrew Onquist running in the back of that. Nick Stockness got to drop back a little bit. EOL, I thought we had EOL. Am I not including EOL here, Kenton?
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought there was the EOL, so maybe Brusso can give us a little heads up on that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, great jump from Alex Witt there, but Dan Michael obviously being one to fight back pretty good, as we have this front 3 currently all kind of fighting it out to see who gets their way into the final 4. And of course, if you win, you're in, sort of thing. It saves you a little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure for next week. Auto Club becomes much less important of a need, less of a necessity, and more of a for fun thing, a little more relaxing to have to deal with. So these guys are going to be really kind of dueling it out, but as we have said repeatedly this season, you can't win in the first half of the race. Heck, you can't even win in the second, third of the race. You got to win at the
second third of the race.
Yeah, you can't win in the first part. You can't win in the second third. We're just going to go, because I was going to say second half, but you can win in the second half. That's how you win. So the second third, can't win in the first third, can't win in the second third. You got to worry about that the final third there, and in order to get there, your car still has to be in one piece. So, don't do anything too crazy. What's the saying? To finish first you have to finish. So,
and according to Kenton,
way to go.
There's a lot of thirds in this race, because I didn't get any of that. So I'm not going to lie.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Alex Witt, however, Dan Michael looking strong out front at the moment. There was too many thirds. I'm sure there's only 3 thirds in a race, right? I'm sure we've hit 5 at that point, but it's fine time you finish telling us that story. So I'm not going to lie. Thank you very much for that. But kids at home, don't follow Kenton Sportak for maths, okay? Because he might get a little bit wrong. You know, look, at the end of the day, we're used to these running, right? We're running a single file line. Now, we were talking about earlier on that the chances of going up and down and sliding down the circuit. We've spoke about it before at numerous circuits where we've had this incredibly high banking. You know, they've hit the wall, they've tagged on it, they've got stuck on it, and they've come down the wall, right? Come down the wall, straight into the middle of the track. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars all involved in it. Is that likely, do we think, something that could possibly go wrong at Dover? Do we feel the high side line is not going to work? Or have we not got a wide enough track to warrant a 2-line race, do we reckon?
It is wide enough, but the banking on the straightaways and how fast the track you try and make it, but also how tight the cornering is, it's just way too hard to try and run a double line through the entirety of it. So unless you're going for a pass, you really don't want to be on that, you know, kind of trying to double them, just because you run too much of a risk of either getting stuck high or low and then you get really left in the dirt, or you get connected up with somebody else and cause a problem. So that's one of those things where it as much as you would love to run a double line like we saw and able to be done in Vegas, or like we were able to see all the time at the super speedways like Talladega and Daytona, it's not the most feasible, and it's definitely not the most economic way to get these cars around the track. It's that come out of the corner, get really high, get up close to that wall, hug it tight as we get our first yellow. I think that's Sizemore. I think he was...
Sizemore banging out a caution. Right, let's have a look back. He's jumped straight to the pits as well, so whatever Sizemore did, he did it in a big way. Coming out that bank in there as well. Got loose. Snap back.
You know what?
Oh, he held
I'm going to give him props on that crash. I'm going to give him props. I mean, obviously you don't want to crash, but that was a good crash. He hit the wall, kicked it to the right to go up, and then stayed up at the wall. I'll give him that. Nice, nice.
Yeah, there we go. Right, we have information regarding Stottner right at the beginning. He did have an EOL. He did start at the back. He's just made up positions. So by the time we jumped on him on lap 1, he'd already made up quite a few positions, making up some more as well. So he's in 15th at the moment. He's down 3 from where his grid slot was, but technically he's up 4 here as well. Yes, I see Armand Brousseau as well, but he isn't racing. He is in race control. He's just obviously in the session. So we do have Armand Brousseau, but he's not doing anything apart from throwing caution flags, of course. So
a lot of people coming in for a pit stop early.
Strada, Pegg, Roberts, Collicott, Raider, and Sizemore. Sizemore obviously in because he went and Rogers at the wall.
Yes. But like Strada, he was running smooth. I'm not sure why he hopped into the pits. Pegg, I didn't see anything there. Rodney Roberts, same idea. Didn't really see too much of that happen there. And none of these guys were really around Sizemore when he crashed, so it wasn't like they were connected in any way. But seems kind of like an early pit, but maybe they're just trying to get a jump on everybody else. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Dan Michael, Alex Witt, Andrew Williams, Norberg have not. Jakowitz hasn't. Some of the back-enders, Strada has. Of course, Strada's not in. He went out last week. Rodney Roberts is in the playoffs, and he's still out on track. Up 2 places, just sitting in 15th. Okay, so, we'll see how Roberts and whether or not there's going to be much progression. Our famous Australian is in the Vegemite livery.
Ew.
You know what I mean?
Why?
I know.
Why?
I don't know. I think Seth's got a secret vendetta against me because he knows I hate Vegemite and Marmite, which is what they call it over in the UK. It's just disgusting. I do like the thing. Tastes like winning a BSC race due to the final lap 10-car wreckage on the side of his car there as well. So go on, Seth. He does get creative with his liveries, doesn't he, really? Does old Peggy.
I appreciate it. Also, did you see Spainhauer's new livery in that Kelly livery? Or maybe it was just mine isn't updated enough.
No, it's pink.
I have his... Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, maybe before I go anywhere, man, and I wholeheartedly agree with his back bumper. I won't say it out loud because Yep. But wholeheartedly agree with it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Go Spaino. Rocking the subliminal That's the one. Message. So there we go. Pegbles.
All right, so come to me for English, and we'll go to James for math.
Yeah, there we go. It works out well. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, that's teamwork. Teamwork makes dream work. Too many cooks spoil the broth, but we're okay. We've got this. So lights are out. We're going to be green next time around. Lap 15, first caution out straight away. Unfortunately, here as well, it was on lap 6. So poor old Rob Sizemore venturing into the wall, but he did manage to hold it at the top part of the circuit. I thought that was good because then, you know, he didn't get himself involved in anything else. Peggles, you're a weird person if you think Vegemite is yum. No, dear sir. It's like drinking mutilated coffee and spreading it on toast. Nope. Right. That's my complaint over and done with for the day. Kenton as well, just about Vegemite.
Yeah, I'll believe that when that stays true.
Yeah, no, me neither. I've got to be honest. I'm sure there's more coming, but let's just go with that one for now. All right? We're not going to get ourselves into a heated debate. We had this earlier on. God, blimey, in the broadcast earlier on, it got all very, I don't know. It was all very conspiracy theories. But here we go. Now we're up and running again. You can see Michael Witt, Williams, Norberg, Jackowicz, Carlson and McLaughlin, and it's back up and running here at Dover. They're trying to field her in. Williams has got the inside line over. Witt here is going to push Witt outside, running around that back stretch. They're going to try this too wide that we did say might not work here, and at the moment it is Williams pushing up the inside of Alex Witt. He's forcing him to back off. Is Witt going to back off and slot in behind him? He's not. They've just done a lap side by side. Witt's got the slingshot coming out of turn 3. Here we go now into turn 1 once more. The Witt and Williams still running side by side here, Kenton. Can they hold this? We've got side by side behind as well with Norberg and Jackowicz. What's going to happen?
It is holdable. It is tougher to do, but there's definitely ways you can do it. And I mean, these guys, especially, I mean, Williams and Witt, we've never really seen issues with these two. They're pretty clean drivers. Witt definitely knows what he's doing, and Williams has proven he has a pretty solid car racecraft and car control. But that outside line is just going to be quicker when you're side by side. You get the side draft going on that car on the low end, and it's a little more effective of a side draft when you are that outside car, strictly because if you look closely, and it's kind of hard to see in this at this angle, but there is actually a fin that runs along the left side of the car, just above the driver's side window and things like that. That you can kind of see it there on Dan Michael's car, right, just ahead on that left hand side. So that fin kind of helps a little bit with preventing too much of that air. Like, it's quite high, but preventing any of that side draft air from really hitting all the way across onto the rear spoiler on the far side. Whereas when you're on the outside of the car, any dirty air coming off the side, the left side of the outside car, is going straight up over the hood, over on top of the car, and hitting the back spoiler, and hitting a lot more of the rear spoiler, and that can kind of cause the car to get a little unsettled and a little questionable, and a little harder to drive, especially in these kind of tracks where they are, it's already hard enough to control because the track is so tight and you're trying to get as much speed as you can while not, sending your car into a wall. So you definitely don't want to do it too much if you're the inside car, but if you're the outside car, it's actually not the worst.
Yeah, you can see here as well, car brands on the left-hand side. We've got Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Ford. Then the first Toyota of TJ back here as well, currently in 8th place at the moment. 2 seasons in a row now for Mr. TJ Spainhour. We've been to this point and he hasn't made the playoffs. We talked about it before. We've talked about the changing moment. We've talked about where and when and why and how and what could have happened. if he took that first win in the first season. I believe it was the first opener, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, that he had the opportunity and he let Strada take it. Kind of bumped him up a little bit here as well. He's going to have to go another season now. Is that going to be more experience, you think, for TJ? Because at the end of the day, every race you do and every track you race on, you learn and learn and learn and learn, you know. And this man here as well has been learning massively. The improvement has been great this year that we've seen. Is he, do we think, going to be maybe another season, possibly 2 seasons away from making these playoffs?
I'd say I wouldn't be surprised if by next season he's already definitely starting to make playoffs and making solid headway. I mean, he's consistently been around the top 10 this season. Had some fantastic races. Obviously, Daytona, he had a very good race, but he's been finishing quite consistently in the top half of the race and in top half of the field. It's just now a case of putting it together.
Oh no! Zach Lewis, keep it going. Keep it going, Armand. Don't you
right
dare.
Into the pit is where he's gonna go.
Don't you dare, Armand Brusso. No. There we go. Unless he's across the track and taking out 6 others, I don't want to see a caution. All right, let them flow. Let the race go. Let the gladiators battle. Let them commence. And as the man at the beginning of the boxing said, let's get ready to rumble. So let's see what's going to happen.
Interesting story about that guy. Michael Boffer. I actually know a weird thing about that.
He's got grey hair.
No, not that. That's not that weird.
Oh.
That his brother, Bruce Boffer, is also an announcer for a fighting thing. So Michael Boffer does boxing and Bruce Boffer does UFC and MMA.
Nice.
They didn't actually realize they were brothers for like a long time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there we go.
Bruce Boffer found out because Michael Boffer started getting bigger in terms of like his
style,
his style and stuff like that. That's actually how he found out his brother was actually his brother.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
He found out him and his dad were on a trip and he had been hearing about it. So he finally just asked his dad, hey, who's this Michael Boffer? Do we know him and stuff? And his dad, in the middle of a road trip, just goes, oh, yeah, he's your brother. And kept on with the road trip like it was nothing. So, yeah, weird things. Yeah.
Gee, thanks for the heads up, Dad.
Yeah, exactly, right?
There you go. Yeah, well, let's see what's going to happen here. Stottner drops to that low side. He's going to try and run Almquist on the inside line at the moment. Nick Stottner's almost up to. He's nearly up to. Is he going to be up to? They swap paints here as well from that range. Will Clemson car we're on board with now in that Chevy, just going past the Mustang. Oh, but Almquist here as well runs very high and loses another place to Seth Pegg. No, sorry, he doesn't. He lost a place to Rodney Roberts. Sorry, there in the Day Chaser Chevrolet as well. So there's been some interesting moves and interesting gaps, but now we've got down Michael Alex. We're opening up 1.9 seconds at the moment over Andrew Williams behind.
Yeah, no, they're running really smooth. They're working a little bit together. Obviously, there's still about 0.2 of a second gap between the two of them, but you know they're staying out of trouble. And the best way to race on a track like on these short tracks, in all honesty, is to stay out of trouble. Let other people make the mistakes and then take advantage of it. Like Rodney Roberts, I believe he started like 15th, 16th-ish area, and he's already up to 11th.
17th.
And there's been, one thing that happened that we don't talk of. And he's, without having to really do anything, he's just letting people, make their mistakes. He's already pit once too, I believe, and he's still on the lead lap and just in 11th as Nordberg comes in actually for his pit stop here. I was just looking a little early. I was expecting 45, 50, but
they are running on 35, isn't they? 35% fuel,
That's true, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can see that actually.
Alex Whitson as well, so it's got to be nearly there. Yeah. Andrew Williams just coming. We got Cody Kern Strada here as well as they're going round. They're going past the pit lane entry one more time. What was that geezer's name, that announcer's name?
Which one? Bruce or Michael Boffer?
That was it. What was the surname?
Well, there's Michael or Bruce.
Buffer.
Boffer.
Well, I've been given some inside information. It's actually Buffer. Buffer.
Sure.
No, I'm not sure. I don't even know. I knew of him because of his whole "Let's get ready to rumble."
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, it is Buffer. Sorry, I had typed it out with an A and read it wrong. It's Bruce Buffer. Mm-hmm.
It's good to see he's taking notes.
Yeah, there you go. Michael.
What made you think that would actually come up during a broadcast?
I didn't actually think it. That was literally just a random tidbit of SportsCenter trivia knowledge that I have.
Oh, okay, because we were talking a little bit earlier on as well about gap fill information, right? And what...
Yeah, that wasn't even a part of that.
No, no. I think the list of gap fill after that is incredibly long as well. We always find stuff to talk about. We've got a mix-up of laps down, 2 laps down people here as well. That's going to sort itself out as the race goes on. Green flag pit stops happening as well. So we've had everybody into the pits already. Some are 20 laps apart, like Strada is here and over Alex Witt at the moment. Witt pitted on 35, Strada on 12. So they've been going quite a while, as you can see in that bottom right-hand corner. Strada with 12, Roberts 12. He's now on a 27 lap stint. Norberg, first man on the greens, of course, to go in on. He went in, did Norberg on lap 34, so 2 laps back at the moment. So there's going to be a good old mixture of pit stops at the moment. Can the early ones of Strada, Roberts, Pegg and Radel, though, carry on with what they've got on? Because for Rodney Roberts, it's a big opportunity for him.
It definitely is. And tires-wise, they probably could. It's going to be a fuel problem at that point. If guys are coming in and already have come in, typically at this point, it's going to be more because of fuel than tires. So I could see if they're able to push that, they need another 20 laps, which is going to be quite a bit. I mean, they're on their 29 lap old tires, so you'd be pushing close to 50 laps, just under 50 laps on those tires. So it's all going to come down to fuel. If they have enough fuel that they're able to make it to the stage break, this could be a master stroke of genius or just running a really good time pit stop and being able to kind of make it. But if they're not, they're going to have to pit just before, and that's probably going to cause a little bit of issues because that's 5-ish people who would have to pit under that just beforehand, and that could be a problem because only one person gets the lucky dog, and it's not going to be them.
Yes. Well, they've got 16 laps before they hit stage here. Can the likes of Strada, Roberts, Radel, Pegg and Collicott carry this to the end? They are in chat together, Collicott and Strada, and TJ for that matter. So let's see how this one develops. TJ at the moment is 2 laps back here. Roberts has taken to the pit lane. He's taken to the pit lane as Rodney Roberts, so that's going to put him all out of sorts there as well. That's Andrew Williams and Jack Witz going nose to tail on lap 45 here, round Dover. And at the moment, they're doing a stellar job here, Ken. And I am hoping that I eat my words at 55%, but let's not curse it just yet.
That's fair. I'm all for cursing it a little bit, but yeah, I agree. Hopefully...
Do you know what?
70,
we come into these every single week, right? And you're just sat in Canada at 8:30 in the evening or whatever. What is the time there?
It's 6:30 right now.
6:30. 6:30 in Canada. 1:30 for me. So no wonder he's happy. He's going to go and get a normal sleep, isn't he? You know what I mean? Us people that love NASCAR and do this out of fun and love and... because Armand and Calvin asked me to, as well. You know, we're up at early hours here producing some great racing with some great drivers, and I get to sit across Mr. NASCAR full knowledge information, who gets to go to bed at 9 o'clock because he's old and he's got blanket and slippers.
I mean, I'm not that old. I'm going to bed at 9.
Yeah, right. How old are you?
Sorry, yes. Let me roll up to the diner to get my early bird special, having dinner at 4:30.
Hey,
so I
Meals.
can be in bed by now.
Listen, Meals on Wheels, behave yourself. You know what I mean? You're the only man I know that gets his packed lunch mushed up just because he can't chew it. Anyway. Kenton's wife's out there mushing up his food in a blender. Come on, Kenton. You've got to get one more spoonful in. Here comes the aeroplane. No, Jackowitz and Andrew Williams.
I need hazard pay for these burns. I think I might have broke James. I think I did break James. That or I lost him. I'm not sure.
Oh, man.
I broke James.
Do you know what's worse is I'm laughing at my own joke. That's what makes it worse. Oh, dearie me. Right. Let's get back. Anyway. Professional realism here. Behave yourself. Andrew Williams now trying to fight his way back through as well. We've got Witt now back on the lead lap. Michael's on the lead lap. Norberg still that lap down. Jackowitz, Williams, Stockner, McLaughlin. Carson Roberts. They've got to get a little bit of a shift on here, Kenton, at the moment, haven't they? Because at the end of the day, they don't want to be really trying to not... They need to basically finish far ahead of the people in front of them, right? And I know that sounds like an easy thing to do, but it's not always going to be possible. And they've just got to make sure that they can try and get up and get as high as they can, isn't it? Are we now into the risk of reward? You know, you've got to risk it for a biscuit, because otherwise, without the risk, there's no reward.
Yeah, they definitely need to get up and get going. You still have about just 98 laps left. So obviously there's lots of time. The big thing that you're going to have to really take into account, though, is like the higher you finish today, the less you have to stress next week. Auto Club is a little different of a track. It's a little more open, a little easier to kind of deal with that sort of stuff, but you don't want to be having to fight for the win. We saw that last year with, I believe that was Dan Michael and Josh McQuiggan. They both came into the final playoff race before the finals with I must win or I'm out, and it didn't go either of their way, and they both ended up not making it into the finals. So it's, with this field, you kind of got to know, like, Dan Michael and Alex Witt are both going to be near the top. Nordberg's already in, so in reality, his placement, you're not super concerned about. But like Noel Jackowitz, he's always fighting for near the win. Same with Williams, and you got to be smart enough and take advantage of the opportunities when they're there. So getting out and ahead, doing that little extra to get into a good position for next week is ideal for this race. And even if it's a case of, obviously, like, don't make stupid moves and don't be doing anything dangerous to the other drivers around you, but you still need to be able to make those, take advantage of what moves you can take advantage of. So just putting yourself in a good position and try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, we getting near.
It's Cody Kern. Looks like he's got Hunter Carlson right on his tail as he's trying to make a move, and then a little bit of a gap to Roberts just behind here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I just looked there.
There's a couple cars running the pink breast cancer awareness.
Is that awareness week? It's not yet, is it?
Oh, I think I've lost.
Can he not hear me again? He can't hear me, can he? Can you hear me? Seriously. Let's see if Kenton does come back here as well. Hopefully he will do. Everybody's signal was going through. That's really weird, because you could hear Kenton and you could hear me, but I could hear him and he couldn't hear me. Kenton, are you back? Hold on. Kenton. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's try and we're just going to work out why all of a sudden Kenton's gone on vacation away here as well. So as we go into lap 59, we've got a stage break. One more lap now for these guys, and the stage break will be out. And let's see, none of the ones that were at the top has managed to get to the stage break. They all had to finish beforehand. And we are coming on to that stage break lap now. At the end of this lap, it will be the stage break. Kenton, are you back?
Yes, I am. Hi, how's it going?
Only hear you, James. Thank you, Terry Spino. There we go. Stage breaks out. So, yeah, don't panic. Right. Now, this is the second time me and you have had issues.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I might, maybe I have an update ready for Discord that maybe I need to do, but we'll have to figure it out.
No, you could do it during the stage break. It only takes seconds.
That's fair.
Thank you very much.
Quickly run that.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, you go and be right back on that one. Colleen has specified October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you so much for that one. Is that in the US, Colleen, or is that across the world? Because I haven't, normally I hear about that as well, but I haven't heard lots about it. So I don't know if that's just a US thing or if that's a worldwide thing. But look, you know, if it is, fair play on that one, and you know, hopefully it'll all be good. But as I say, I don't know if it's that's just a US thing at the moment, because I've not really heard much about it. But the good thing is we've had one forced caution, which was on lap 6. We've had the stage on 60. From lap 15, we have run green, guys. Celebrate the fact that we're nearly almost over the 45% mark already. So let's see on that one here once more. We're going to have a chat with your stage winner. Is Alex Witt in the pits? He is. Let's see if we can have a chat with Alex, Mr. Speedy Witt, here as well. Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Stage winner there, bud. Not a bad opening. 10 points on the board. What's the ambition? Can we take the win here, Alex?
I think so. I mean, it's going to come down to, I think, who saves tires the best on this long run. If we get, especially if we get green like that again, I think that should be definitely what it's about, saving tires. Dan and I are really even, so I mean, if we're both there at the end, I think it's going to be a pretty close race.
Okay, but that's a good thing at the moment. We are running green, and we have been running green for about 45 laps. Let's celebrate the fact that we're not 6 cautions deep already, Alex. Come on. A bit of positivity here as well. Hey, come on. We all predicted it, didn't we, earlier on in chat?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too sure. I mean, well, I'm kind of done with predicting things because it seems like every time I want to make a prediction, it's going to be wrong. So I'm just taking it as it comes with this.
Okay, well, sir, good luck. Hope it comes around and hopes you do a great job, and we'll hopefully catch you at the end of the race, dear sir.
Hopefully.
Take care. Okay, Alex Witt, very positive there. Not going to lie. Google tells me it's worldwide. Oh. Okay. I didn't realise that. Did you realise that, Kenton? Breast Cancer Awareness Month throughout October worldwide?
Yes, I did know that. But that's largely because all of the sports I play / follow / know of will start wearing pink. So football, every team has a home game this month they will all have like pink accessories. I know some baseball teams will do it, hockey teams will do it. And then in November, you're going to get the purple for Movember and men's cancers, or the that kind of stuff. That's usually November.
I swear,
Which my beard will be gone, and I'm going out my mustache for Movember this year.
I'm going on. I must be living under a rock.
Yeah, it's possible.
Maybe. You know what I mean? I spend my time between an 8'4", 6 foot room most of my day. So give me a break. I don't get out much. Nick the Stick, of course, Nick Stottner there as well. Went last to 6th on stage 1. Yes, you did, dear sir. Good luck. You've got this. As Alex Witt goes past the field, that's going to put Norberg. It's going to be the front runner here, Kenton. No, that wasn't Witt. Who was that then? If that wasn't Witt, car number 13, Seth Pegg, there as well. Same colours, confused me a little bit. But Norberg alongside Witt. Lights are out on the pace car. One more lap to, well, not even one more, half a lap to green. No shave November. Well, I do that already. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. I do that already. My beard is actually quite long, to be fair. I'm almost, Kenton, at the point where I can plait it and stick beads in it.
Oh, I can braid mine already. Yeah,
no!
I feel you. Oh, yeah.
The problem is mine looks a bit multicoloured with grey hair. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Oh, my wife hasn't let me shave in like about a year and a half now.
Well, the last time I shaved, my wife turned around and said to me, please don't do that again, you look like you're 12. We're back up and running after this stage break once more. Norberg out in front with Michael, with Witt, with Williams and Jackowitz. Michael's already had the jump on Alex Witt here as well. Michael takes up that second place mantle. Witt slots into third. Williams is going to try that low line underneath him, coming in now as well. Into turn 3 we go. Here's Alex Witt. Going to be down in fourth. If Williams can hold on here, which we've seen him try this before. Michael's running that high line past Norberg as well. They're too wide, too deep already here as well, with 2 laps over the stage. And once more, it is going to be down Michael. Alex Witt out front. Norberg's going backwards faster than he's going forwards here, unfortunately. Not entirely sure what's happening to Matthew Norberg, but he dropped 4 places.
Yeah, he seems to be... Whoop! That's gonna... Oh, did he save it? Oh, he did. Oh, that might...
Don't you dare,
well, we're still going.
Don't you even think about it.
I can guarantee you he had his finger like that button was like ready to be pushed down. He was like a referee in football after a guy gets like almost tackled and is trying to break out of it. He's just ready to call it.
Don't you dare.
Jackowitz saved it.
Oh, you can see how close they're getting to the wall coming out of turn 4 or in that run into 1. It's so close here as well. And at the moment, it's still down Michael with Alex Witt there as well. Jackowitz all the way down in 8th. He's fighting in this mid-pack. The last car in this mid-pack is Almquist. You can see the cars in front here as well. So let's see what happens. One of them is Mr. I believe Spainau's in there somewhere. He is. He's right there at the moment as well. But you can see them all in this mid-pack battling away. Spainau's been shoved out onto the high side there as well. Come on, TJ. Get it back under control, dear sir. Get a push. Get that run. He's already 2 laps down currently here and more. Don't want to see him dropping any more here, Kenton, because it could be disastrous for that young man's race.
Yeah, you start dropping down and it's going to get a lot harder to make your way back up there. So, I mean, with Spainauer being down 2 laps, it's going to take a little bit of an effort to get back, or you know, a couple of those things we don't talk of.
No,
yeah, we don't talk of those.
No, the answer to your question, Armand, what's that? You want a yellow? No, I do not. Do not be putting it out if he's down on the apron and not on the racing line. Otherwise, I'm going to pull you into the booth and me and you will drop some lovely wedding vows on each other. Let's just put it that way. We will be divorced after that very conversation. So do not do that unless there is a 9-car pile up here. I don't want to see you with your trigger-happy finger that you did last time. I can't even remember where it was. Can you remember where it was, where he dropped that fake yellow?
Oh, I can't remember what track it is, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, he dropped a fake yellow, didn't he? He got
it wasn't driving. There was no crash. I remember that.
No crash. Sorry, my finger slipped, and then all of a sudden, and then he wondered where he got the nickname Michael Massey from. Come on. You know what I mean?
Fantastic.
Michael, Alex Witt, Andrew Williams, 3 contenders here with Hunter Carlson in that 4th place. Stopping up behind that, Roberts, Jackowitz and McLaughlin. I'm a bit worried at the moment for the likes of where is Rodney Roberts. Sitting in 6th place. So he's ahead of Jackowitz, ahead of McLaughlin, which is good. Norberg's just chilling down in 12th. He has gone so far down so quickly here. Could he have a problem, do we reckon?
I mean, it's entirely possible. It seems to be losing time to Anthony Radel there quite quickly. I'm not really sure why. He might have just come off the one of the corners and clipped the wall, and it knocked a tire out, or like not off, but knocked it just out of alignment, and it's a little harder to drive with your wheel at degree that it's not supposed to when you're trying to maintain control of a car. Well, maybe not.
No, it doesn't look
I don't know
really
why.
good.
Because he's losing time quick. Like, he's already down, 2 seconds to Anthony Radel.
He's obviously
and
hit the
it's
wall.
just growing. Yes. Yeah, most of these guys have.
Armand Brusso seems to think it was at the Bristol Dirt for the All-Star race, but I'm pretty sure there was another case where we had a fake yellow.
Oh, it was the Bristol race. Yeah, that's right. Because we were driving it, and it was all of. It might have been.
Oh, I don't
think it
know.
was. I just saw smoke, and
no.
No cars doing anything.
Armand's come out and said he's perfect.
Perfectly Michael Massey.
Perfectly Michael Massey, yeah, I agree. So there we go. Back up here, still on lap 78. These guys have put me to shame at the moment here, Kenton, with 72 laps under green flag. No, actually, it's not going to be 72 because we had 6 got up and running on 15. That's 9. Then we had the stage at 60, got up and running on 65. That's 14 off the 79 that we've spent under yellow as such here. So 14 off the 79 gives us 65. Nearly above the 55% mark.
Yeah, I just need 112 green laps, and I hit where I wanted.
You're doing good quick maths.
Yeah, calculators are my friend.
I was going to say, it took you long enough to figure that one out. Well, here we go. You know what I mean? Lap 80 of the Bendover 400, sponsored by the Killer Brownies. Don't forget, you can check them out at killerbrownie.com and see if you've got Killer Brownies in your area. I have not got them over here. Kenton hasn't got them either in Canada. So unfortunately, we can't have some killers, although I'll just deal with Krispy Kreme donuts instead. So there we go.
I don't even have Krispy Kreme here.
Mate, you ain't got a lot there at the moment, so don't you worry about it. I've been reading the news. There ain't a lot going in Canada for it at the moment either, is there? Let's be real. Anyway, you're moving out soon. What are you worried about? You're defecting.
Yeah.
How long you got?
That's true. Just under a year now, I guess.
Ooh, Kenton Sportak moving to my side of the pond. He's becoming European here as well in just about, I reckon it's about 9 months' time. So let's see. Kenton will be doing the normal broadcast, and then he can stay up late and feel what I feel like. So there we go. You know what I mean? Spain now has just gone past Ross here. It looks like Ross just got that a little bit wrong, and TJ snuck over the top of him. So good work from TJ going on here as well, trying to make his way back through the field. He's still that 2 laps down, unfortunately. Strada currently the 1 lap down, man. He will get the lucky dog next time around on the wave around. He will be on his bike if we get a caution, but we are 84 laps deep out of 50. We are 66 away from the end already, if I can count correctly, which I'm pretty sure I can, before we get to the end of this race. What a race this has been. Ew, why would you do that? Look, don't you worry about it, Mr. Armand Brusso.
No.
He's asking, why would you move to the other side of the world?
I'm moving to Germany, and strictly for the case of my wife is going to get her doctorate in Germany, because we looked at it, and to do her program in Canada is like a $20,000 for 2 years kind of thing, and it's 157 euros per semester in Germany. So, I mean,
why not?
It makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does there as well. Right, we've just got some inside information as well. This gentleman, we couldn't figure out earlier on why he's dropped down like a rock in the ocean, right? And it turns out Matthew Norberg did not change tyres. So he's really, yeah. So basically, he's being eaten up on tyres here as well. I was going to say Kenton won't like being up during the middle of the night. No, he doesn't. And doesn't Charlie have to sign off on that? Says Colleen. Who's Charlie?
I have no idea who Charlie is.
Who's Charlie?
But at the same time,
Who's Charlie? I don't know either. Colleen.
Okay, cool.
Who's Charlie?
But also, I prefer actually night over day. I hate mornings. Mornings are the worst invention of mankind.
I agree. Drives me crazy.
Yeah. So no, I would much rather be up till 3 a.m. than have to be up at 7 a.m.
Yep, I agree. So there we go. So you're going to be seeing a lot more Kenton hopefully in about 9 months' time. You'll be on everyone along here with me, grabbing as much as he can, so he don't have to go and get a normal job in Germany. Your king.
Oh, King Charles.
Oh, he ain't my king, love.
No, that's his king.
Yeah, he's
Canadian. We're a part of it. It's like a proxy. We don't really.
No,
we're like a part, like not.
And look, let's not even get me started on the Monarch girl. I'll tell you that much, because that's a rant for a different show. That would be. Let's just put it that way. That would be a grumpy old man podcast. So the fact that somebody's birth name all of a sudden dictated that they rule a country that they have no idea what goes on in. Anyway, moving on before that rant gets very more political than that one. Nick Stockner here as well. Over Rodney Roberts. Don't. There's a few things in my world that I don't agree with, and one of them is him. You know what I mean? So there we go. Right, 91, Kenton, 59 to go here.
Oh, did I lose him again?
Oh,
no.
Can you hear me?
Nope. I can, yeah. I don't know what happened there. I was like, oh, did I lose you?
Yeah. I have my master's in history, I know. Yeah, Colleen. Tell me about it. All hell, King Charles, because your name happens to be on the birth certificate. Go away. Sorry, dear, you do not rule me. Right. What do we reckon? 50, don't. Me and the Monarch, and me and certain things do not go together. That's why earlier on, Rio started a conversation about the moon landings. I'm not going to lie, that was an interesting one, and let's just put it that way. So, Rodney Roberts, Nick Stockner, 5th and 6th battling out. Moon landings.
Oh, no.
So, whether or not they're real or fake, don't even go there.
Oh, no.
Have you lost me again?
No, I'm still here. I'm just...
You're just saying, oh no.
Yeah.
On the topic of the amazing feat that we managed 50 years ago that apparently we haven't got the technology to do again.
Wait, are you... Oh, you're...
Anyway, moving on. Let's get into the Noel Jackowitz, Brown and McLaughlin battle here as well. Jackowitz and McLaughlin still within that playoffs at 8th and 9th. Fighting it out here once more with Cody Kern in the front. Kern's not in the playoff. Stockner's not in the playoff either. Let's see what Brown and McLaughlin is going to be able to do here, Kenton. He's got 55 on the clock. He's got to get a move on.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to get a step up because, I mean, outside of whoever ends up winning this, obviously, you still need to be in the top 4 to make it through. So if Dan Michael ends up winning this, that leaves one shot for a win, but only 2 positions left, or Williams, whatever it is. Oh my God. Anyways, we're gonna move on from that conversation because I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, so he's gonna have to try and finish in good standing above Carlson and Williams and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to start going green flags again here as well. Witt, Roberts, Stockner, Kern, Jackowitz, McLaughlin, all fighting into this pit lane run once more. Let's see what goes on here as well. Green flag, pits up and running. Love it, love it, love it. And Dan Michael is the one that's running so far.
Oh. Do we have a yellow flag?
Yes, we do.
What?
Christian Strada.
Oh no.
Strada and Peghaven are coming together there as well. If you haven't changed, change now. You're in the pits. Get it done. Strada didn't get down, and that is what happened there as well. So Strada, Dan Michael's got to get in, right? He's got to get in.
Yes. If you're Dan Michael, that was, I don't want to say opportune, but definitely a great thing to have happen, because, you know, guys like Alex Witt and all them, while they're going to be in, he's going to be able to at least try and come in quickly. Let's see, how's that? And actually, it might backfire. Did Witt come in early enough to get back out before Dan Michael is able to? He's about 54 seconds back here. So this could get really interesting. See how it all plays out.
Oh, the number 91 car there as well. Just had some. Brusso's just on the intercom to me as well, like President Nixon on the landline to space. Just told me that apparently Devon Colley got slowed down for the pits, but didn't call it. So unfortunately, people hit him in the process. So there we go. There we go. Let's let's see how this one goes.
I'm just gonna hide chat because it'll make me lose my mind. Yeah. So this this race. Oh my god, it hurts. It hurts my brain.
It does hurt mine.
I just not even gonna. So yeah, Bruce Boffer. Bruce Boffer.
Oh, Rhea, stop it! Stop it, stop it, stop it. I can't go on much more, Rhea Raccoon. This is another conversation for another day, but please, 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 go and have a look at the Indian moon landings and tell me if that was real as well. Oh, right, I can't do it. We're getting back to commentary. I can't carry on with that. Some scientific evidence that the paper mache moon lander that apparently got them there was made by 5-year-olds in my daughter's nursery. So, anyway, let's get back to the racing. I cannot do it anymore. Yes, more of this. I love tangents, says Colleen. No, I do not. I can't cope, Colleen. I really can't. It's a little more complicated. It's not complicated, Rhea Raccoon. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Stanley Kubrick, made in 1969. Give over. Right.
Don't even invoke the Red Hot Chili Peppers into this.
Hey, they predicted it already. Stanley Kubrick made the film. What more could you ask for? Right. Best film. Earlier quoted in YouTube chat, the best thing Stanley Kubrick ever made was the moon landings. So, good job from Stanley. Oh. I can't cope anymore. Right. 49 to go. Let's get back to the racing, Kenton. Come on, we can do this. Oh. Kenton, are you still here?
Yep.
How's your head?
Just it hurts.
It hurts. Is that? Maybe we'll have this conversation after here, because I'd love to see which way you would pop up and go with this. I'm not gonna lie. So this could be an interesting one. 48 to go here at Dover for the Bend Over 400, sponsored by Killer Brownie. We're settling into the 2 rows. The waiver rounds have been done. Everybody is getting back to the back end here as well. The last one will be TJ for the Fast Angry Racing Team, or FART for short, depending on what you want to do and how you want to pronounce it. But let's see what happens here as well. We're going to be back underway with Dan Michael bringing up the front of the field. He is sitting alongside Raider with Whip behind him, Stockner tucked in there as well. Round the final corner we go. The pace car is going to go in on 102. Are we going to make it to the end? Are we going to make it to that final run? Are we going to see Dan Michael through? Is he going to take that victory? Can Witt secure the victory? Here we go now into the Geico restart zone. The green, the yellow flag is running. Are we going to have a green? Hello? No? Still under yellow.
What?
What? Huh?
Russo extended it by 1 lap. What happened?
I don't know, but the pace car's coming. Pace car's back out again.
All right.
I'm Russo. Tell me. Tell me. What happened? I don't know. Well, we're going to go again. So, there we go. I got all excited for a minute, Kenton, and we hadn't actually gone anywhere. Is it going in this time?
Maybe?
Maybe, we think. Right.
The lights look like they're out still.
It should be diving off very, very shortly. There he goes once more. Green flags out this time with Barney here. So here we go now. Up and running back over for the bend over 400. 103.47 left to go. Dan Michael out in front. Radel, Witt, and oh, come on.
Well, at least Norberg can get his new tires again.
Yeah, lovely. That was Enquires, wasn't it, involved with that as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
So.
Yeah, Enquires as well. So back under caution once more here, guys, on lap 105. 4 cautions to deep already. 1 stage caution, of course. Had to extend the car. Says Armin Bruce, I'm not sure on that one. Right, they didn't even cross the line literally before the green. Nope, they did not. People not in position. It was, yes, people were not in position, so they had to extend it to get people settled in. Here once more. Okay. We'll take this as a blip, Kenton, won't we? We'll have it as a blip.
Yeah, it's just we're gonna call it cold tires. Having just come in from the safety, or come out from the safety car, and we're gonna blame that a little bit on George Russell, because I don't like Mercedes, and go from there.
We really need to have this conversation as well.
Yes, it's safer. It's a much safer conversation.
Do you know what, right? I like our conversations, the random ones that we can have about things like this. The difference when you're having a debate with people, right, is at the end of the day, you want to make sure 2 things happen. 1, I respect their opinion, and 2, Rhea respects my opinion. Because when you respect each other's opinion, the debate becomes an amicable debate. It only turns into an argument when I'm that forceful. I'm trying to shove my reasoning down Rhea's throat with my left hand, and Rhea's trying to shove hers down my throat as well. And then it just all goes wrong, and then you end up with a big old argument, right? So the good thing about a debate is respecting the fact that if Rhea does believe in that they actually did land on the moon, fair play. And as long as Rhea respects the fact that, sorry, you got no hope, it's a different story. You know what I mean? It's like any conversation you have. Was the Titanic the Olympic? Was it set up? How comes the man who made the Titanic miraculously held his ticket because the 3 richest men in the world were in there that apparently died? You know, there's conspiracy theories everywhere, and it's just respecting each other's decisions at that point, and respect each other's opinions, should we say.
Yeah, I mean, I within reason, there are some things that are just no. But
why? For
most conspiracy theories, there are some conspiracy theories that are just know.
Why? Like what?
What was it? I gotta remember what the heck it was now. Now you got me looking it up.
Good. Come on.
Yeah.
Free. Colleen is amused. Thank you, Colleen. So here's the thing too. I see what you're saying, and I can understand the point for why we can't go now and why we could go before, but it's actually decently complex. Okay. You may say that it's decently complex, right? And I agree with you. Putting a man up through the moon is fine, right? But we sent a man there, or we sent 3 men there, in a rusty old rocket that looked like my daughter made, with a 128 megabit chip. And President Nixon phoned him on a landline from the White House Oval Office. Also, I'd like to point out as well that when you go into the exosphere and the stratosphere and all that, the materials that were used to actually build the rocket that apparently took them to space would have burnt up before they'd even got out. So, you know, the metals that we used, actually, they're burning before their melting capabilities. Their melting capabilities is actually below the atmospheric temperatures that they would have had to endure to get out of the upper Earth atmosphere as well. And the fact that astronauts have come out and said we're trying to go further than we've ever been before out of lower Earth orbit, which clearly they didn't obviously get the memo that apparently we went to the moon. So yeah, a little bit worrying when your own NASA astronauts can't get it correct either. So, there we go. Right, let's get this back out and running now. The pace car is in. We are on lap 108 of 50. Kenton, we're nearly at the end. Can the boys do it? 42 to go.
I think so. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a little more aggressiveness as we see going 3 wide there with Jackowitz. McLaughlin, I believe Williams there for a second, but... or no, Stockner, sorry. Stockner, Jackowitz, and I guess that's, McLaughlin. They were 3 wide for a minute there, but it looks like that is no longer, which is always good. But yeah, no, it's always a good race, and I think these guys should be able to make their way through as we watch Jackowitz and Collicott both hit the wall, causing, I believe that is, who's behind Collicott? Strader to check up, which cost a little, or not Strader, sorry, Hunter Carlson to check up. Yeah, that almost caused a little bit of an incident behind him, but we're still going forward, which is good.
Spain is still 2 laps down at the moment. We're running on 111. We're on 1 out of 150. Alex Witt's opened up the legs of that Ford. He has opened up the power. He has stood up in the saddle. He's released the reins. The beast is going. And that is the Ford Mustang of Alex Witt, opening up that 1 second gap at the moment. If people don't start getting close to him here, it's going to be Alex Witt's race.
Yeah, I mean, if he's able to hold on to this, then he just has to keep this gap. Keep it smart, keep it smooth. Don't do anything too crazy. Try and keep it off the wall, and you'll be good to go. So it's going to be more or less his race to kind of do with what he wants to. And hope it stays smooth. Stay out of the way of lapped cars when that starts to happen. Because he's going to want to avoid those, as we've seen what basically happened last time. He had to deal with some lapped cars. So.
Yeah, we won't talk about that one. Let's just say that was a little bit calamity, should we say, here as well. Alex Witt running it out in front at the moment. Andrew Williams in this group of cars. He needs to get a little bit further on. He's got McLaughlin down the line. He's got Jackowitz sitting on his inside as they're running this 2 wide on 114 at a bend over 400. Here once more, you can see how important it is to the guys in red. You can see that Norberg's just sat in the pits, and he has been in there for about 6.5 minutes and has literally 10 laps down already. But Norberg is through. He has qualified. Williams gets a little bit of a squirrel on there. Kenton 3 wide going into the entry of 1.
Yep, that's not going to work.
No, you early. Oh, come on. He was still going. Armor Brusso. That was early by any shape of the imagination. Look, he's still running. What do we think? Was he early there, Kenton?
I think so. I mean, I get why, because there's a high risk of him just going straight up, hitting a wall, and bouncing all the way down. Yeah. I think it might have been a touch early.
Exactly. I agree. A little bit early there, Mr. Brusso. A little bit early. Alex's new tyres. No, come on. There's no way that yellow was can't have been that. Okay, so the inside knowledge from my man in the booth, it says he did not throw that yellow and everyone called for a yellow. Well, yeah, I don't know. Seemed a little bit early in my book. But anyway, Rio, why don't we take this conversation out of YouTube chat and come and hit me up with a DM, and I'll we can chat that one there as well, because otherwise we're going to just fill up YouTube with all of this conspiracy theory talk here, Kenton.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch it. Too many. But the thing I was going to say, that the conspiracy theory, that's just no. Birds aren't real. That one. That's just no. They're very real. I can see birds daily. That one's my favorite because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, birds are real. No, what I mean, Rio, is the metal that made their rocket that they were coming back in would not have held the temperature needed to get through the stratospheric layers before you break into the ozone. And also the Van Allen radiation belt, they wouldn't have been able to withstand the radiation of the belt with their current rocket that sent them up there in the first place. I'm just saying. All right, just saying. Yeah. So they would. Yeah, but they didn't burn up because apparently they come back and landed on the thing. But the materials that apparently made that lovely little moon landing rocket that shot them off the moon, that, is questionable whether or not it was real or made out of paper mache. Also didn't leave a burn-off crater, I'd like to point out as well. And also radio operations on a camera was not also operational, but apparently they left the camera on the moon with all the footage of them taking off, but yeah, apparently can show us the footage. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Never mind. Right, so Armour Brusso didn't throw that, so that was Andrew Onquist's fault. So double A, it's all on you for that yellow. That was way too early. So there we go. A rocket and a lander are different. They may well be. But apparently the lander was the thing that took them off the moon. The moon is made of cheese. I'm going to go with that one. I like that conspiracy.
I do like that one. That one's my other favorite conspiracy because I like cheese.
Yeah, I like cheese as well. Can you just imagine the sun taking a bite out of the moon? Oh, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that would be dangerous. If the sun's that close to us that it can bite the moon, we probably aren't here anymore.
No. But then that's also another conspiracy in general. So, you know what I mean?
I swear, no. Don't even.
Hold on, you don't even know what I'm going to say.
I know that conspiracy, and nope, we're not touching it.
What conspiracy are we saying?
Either that we're in a dome, the Earth is flat, or the filament that's the sun is actually right the same distance. No, I'm not doing it. I'm just not. Not today. Nope.
Oh, you don't want to get me started on that one. The lander is still on the moon. Oh my God. Well, not according to the video evidence that showed.
No, the lander is.
Oh,
that wasn't the lander.
That rocket thing that apparently got them back. Right, we're up and running here as well. We are green on the 119, 120 at a bend over 400. Alex Witt once more up and running with Dan Michael here as well. Brandon McLaughlin, Rodley Roberts, Cody Kern, Andrew Williams still within that top six. Jackowitz is dropping out. Carson's down in that 10th spot here as well. This is where it's going to get spicy now because people are going to want to go for it here, Kenan, aren't they?
Yeah, and this last 30 laps is going to get the spiciest we've seen so far. You're going to see guys trying to make moves, trying to create opportunities, and trying to get themselves through, especially if they're fighting for this last bit. And Rodney Roberts, I'm going to say, quietly made his way up near the front now. He's holding on to P4. He does have Brandon McLaughlin and Andrew Williams right in front of him, so definitely could be very interesting. I just saw Stockner in the background go sideways coming out of there.
Ooh. Oh, sent up by Jakowitz. Lap 1-2-1. Stockner and Jakowitz having that coming together. Stockner looks like he is completely stuck there at the moment as well. So, yeah, let's see how this one carries on. So there we go.
Yeah, I'm hoping that stops. This bleed of yellows is definitely something that can, take a break.
Yeah, please, that would be nice. We did so well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, hopefully it continues that way. Very quickly.
Right, we've only got 27 27 laps to go. We can do this. I'm still going with the moon is made of cheese as well. Yeah, I mean, Kenton, sounds good then.
I mean, depends. What kind?
Cheddar.
What are we talking about? Cheddar?
Brie, maybe.
I don't know if I want brie cheese. As long as it's not blue cheese, really, that's all I care about. Blue cheese is the worst. Whoever thought, hey, let's mold this and then eat it is an idiot.
Well, there we go. Yeah, moldy cheese. I'm fully not agreeing with. I don't understand.
Yeah,
yeah.
It makes no sense. Why would you make cheese on purpose moldy and then eat that?
I don't know. Maybe the penicillin is good for them.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yes.
It's not quite the same thing as cheese.
Colleen was thinking brie as well, so we're going to go with brie. I tell you what, Colleen, what you want to do as well, get a bagel, right? Toast a bagel. Stick some cranberry sauce or cranberry whatever cranberry sauce on the top and the bottom. Lay brie on the bottom, bacon in the middle, and then brie on the top, and then stick it under your grill without the lid on. Let it melt. Bring it out the grill, stick your lid on it, cut it up. Oh, blimey, could I eat that now? I'm not going to lie. Bacon and brie bagels. Oh, melted brie. Slush. So, there we go. Did you see I sent you a message, Kenton.
Oh, did I got it? Oh, you did. Oh,
I did.
Oh, no. That's not.
That's not what.
That's the lander, not the rocket. But yes.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Hold on. There you go. Enjoy that one.
Oh my god,
Oh, says Colleen. Yeah, bacon and brie bagels with cranberry sauce or whatever it is you got. So, I don't know what it is over in America. Is it cranberry juice, cranberry sauce, cranberry jelly? I don't know what you guys call it.
Technically, I mean cranberry sauce. Sure, that works. That's what most will be.
Yeah. Well, got wrecked. Yeah, we saw, Nick. We saw. I don't know if you got wrecked or it was just an unfortunate incident. So, but yeah. There we go. Right. Let's get this back up and running here as well. Starter is waving Barney. 25 laps to go here, Kenton. Can we get to the 25? Who's going to take it out once more? Into the go restart zone we go, and we are up and running. We are green. 25 to go. 25. Witt is out in front. Williams and Roberts here as well. The top 4 all in this playoff. It's all going to be who's going to be gold next time around when we head into Auto Club. Kenton, who do you reckon?
Ooh, I gotta go with Witt on those slightly newer tires. I think he's gonna be able to hold it off. It's gonna help if Williams and Michael are gonna be banging doors the entirety of the way. That's obviously gonna help Alex Witt just that, a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see how that ends up playing out. But I gotta go with Alex Witt. He's just been in control from basically the very beginning here.
I agree. And he's looked so quick as well. That's the thing. He's done it in a nice way, and he's looked so speedy. Jakowitz is another one. But at the moment, it is Witt out in front, opening up here. 23 to go. 0.5 seconds. Half a second to us people here with this gap. Witt and Michael going to be battling out. They're going to close up. Williams is in the background as well. So is Roberts chasing them down. 4 drivers going at it. What can happen? 22 to go, Kenton.
It's going to be tight. Obviously, you can see really this is going to come down to what Williams and Roberts and Michael end up doing. As of right now, obviously Norberg, who looks like he's just retired for this race. Understandably, I mean, he's already in, so it's not as much of an issue. But right now, after today, it's going to be a Williams, Roberts, and Dan Michael kind of dueling it out for those final 2 spots. If this is how it ends up ending wise, with Witt up in the front spot there. So it's all going to kind of come down to who, I don't want to say who wants it more, but who's able to sort of maintain what they've been doing and keep it close. Though looks like Dan Michael's going to try and make a push here to try and reel back Alex Witt.
Yeah, he ain't got a choice really. He's got to reel him back in. Kenton, he's got to reel him back in, because if he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble. Let's just put it that way. So he's going to have to go here, and let's see what happens with Dan Michael. Can he close that gap up on Alex Witt? Well, let's see what happens here. Once more for the Dover 400. What do we reckon? It's going to be interesting. 19 to go. He's closing. Kenton, he's definitely closing.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to reel it in, although he's been kind of stuck at this 0.4 of a second sort of thing, going back and forth. So hopefully he's able to kind of force that a little bit more, because he's going to have to either really start getting going, or he's trying to save his tires so that near the end of that the stint here in the last couple laps, he's going to be able to really reel him in. But he's at least keeping it fairly consistently around that 0.4 of a second.
He definitely is here. So can he do it? 17 to go. Be prepared, guys. We could end up with 3 GWCs. We could end up getting nothing at all. Brown and McLaughlin fighting out with Strada in the mid-pack as well. Seth Pegg's in there, but he is a back marker. Strada, Jakowitz, Anthony Radel, all scrapping it out here in that 23, 21, 7 and 29 car. Let's see what goes on. 16 to go. Can we make it to the end? What do we reckon, chat? Choose now, cheer now, and tell us who you think's going to win here again.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fantastic sort of finish to this race. It's going to definitely be tight, and we'll see how it all ends up going on. Because it's been a good race today. Yeah, we had that little spell of collisions and safety cars for a little bit there, but outside of that, it's actually been very good racing, nice and clean, and obviously quite fun to watch.
Yeah, they're pulling each other in here. Dan Michael and Alex Witt. Witt's close, trying to get away. Michael's pulled that gap from half a second. He's now running within that draft area. 0.2, 0.19 is coming down for Dan Michael. Alex Witt's got to defend this. He's got to make him stand there. He's got to put up the wall. He's got to block him on the runs. If he gets a run, he's got to move that car in front of him as well. Witt in that Chevy. Witt in the Ford, sorry. Michael in the Chevy. he's got to be able to block that move from Dan Michael. He's got to be able to stop him. So let's see what goes on here, Kenton. It's got to be a block tactic from Witt, right? Because Michael's clearly got the pace.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to, I don't want to say throw the block, because blocking can get kind of a bad connotation with it, but he has to be anticipating sort of what Dan Michael is looking to do, because if he's able to put his car right where Dan Michael wants to go and kind of keep him behind preemptively, trying to do it reactively is usually what causes these incidents. So if he's able to put his car at least in the right spot, that it prevents Dan Michael from being able to make a move without causing an actual problem, that's ideally what he's going to have to do. So he's going to have to kind of keep his wits about him, make that car almost feel like it's about 2-3 wide, and go from there. And really try and do what he can, because Dan Michael is definitely in the hunt and trying to make a move as fast as he can with as we close in on 10 to go here.
Yeah, definitely is now. On that bend over 400 into turn one we go. These drivers absolutely flying it round. There they are. Williams is also catching up here. Could this be a 1-2-3 down to the line? Could it be a Witt Michael Williams battle? They're going into 3. They're coming out of 3. Round 4 they go on the exit now into that Geico restart zone. These guys don't need it. They are running. They are fighting. And they are going at it here as well. Bend over 409 to go. Kenton here as well. And so far so good. Touch wood. Touch wood. We're still going.
Yes, thankfully we are still going, but hopefully we are able to continue this, and it seems like it's spread out enough that we're not going to have too many of these issues, but also be able to continue and hopefully have some good racing, because it looks like Williams, yeah, he's starting to make a move as well, and he's really reeled in Dan Michael, so this has definitely become a three-way battle for first, is one that I don't think we all exactly saw coming right away, but it looks like Dan might be suffering those tires a little bit as Williams looking like a little cheeky move up the inside. Unfortunately not able to quite make it stick, but they're starting to get a little spicy.
Oh, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Don't be pushing him on a corner. Bump drafting's fine on a straight, but it's definitely not on a corner here. Dan Michael's got that gap back out to half a second. Andrew Williams looks like he's trying to go now. He's got a run coming off the turn 4 exit. Is he going to be able to get round the outside of Dan Michael? He's got to be looking up that high line. In the meantime, Williams can see Witt making moves off the front. He's going to be going, is Alex Witt. If you don't get hold of him, for Andrew Williams. Williams is surely he's got to clear Dan Michael to get on. He looks so much quicker.
Well, that didn't look quick. That's going to be... Oh, if they don't call it... Okay, I was like, okay, you're not going to have a yellow on that one? Really?
Didn't need it. He's on the inside.
Dan Michael came back up, and he is on the inside, but right in the corner. A little bit of a dicey spot, and that one should have been a yellow.
See if I can get that a little bit further back. I think I'm too far back now. That's annoying. Yeah, I am. It's always the way, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Who come up on who, do you reckon?
It looked like Dan Michael might have come down, but it's hard to say. That's got to be way too far back.
No, give it a minute. Yeah, I think it's very, very far. Right, I'm going to have to do something I don't normally like doing, but unfortunately we can't seem to get to the point of where we need this to be.
I think Dan actually makes contact with the wall, and then I think that's what actually ends up causing this.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, damn, Michael. Unfortunately there as well. Calls himself a master of his own undoing almost, didn't we? So, tough one. So there we go. Caution number 7. on lap 146. I think, but Michael and Williams, though, could be game over, Kenton. I think it could be game over for them.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit of a hindrance as going forward. I mean, obviously, he's going to have a harder time now with Auto Club, and he's going to have to not necessarily push for the win, but he's going to have a absolutely fantastic race, and kind of hope it is able to make its way through that next race there. Hey, Sizmore's back out, though.
Yeah, he's been out for a while. Still a few laps down, I think. 9.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking Zach Lewis. That's who didn't come back out.
No, Zach Lewis did not come back out. 3 to go. First green-white checker here, I think it's going to be as well to determine who's going to take the victory in Dover. Who is going to win in Dover? Who's going to get through to the final here from tonight? We got Alex Witt, Rodney Roberts, Hunter Carlson, Cody Curden, Noel Jackowitz, Strada, Michael McLaughlin and Williams. Your top 9 at the moment. So let's see what goes on with 3 to go. Lights should be out next time around. And the racing will be back up and running. So let's see what happens here as well.
Yeah, I think that's actually also kind of caused issues for Dan Michaels. Like, you can see he's now behind Noel Jackowitz there, Hunter Carlson, Rodney Roberts. Obviously, Alex Witt has a good shot here as well, but I mean, who knows? Crazier things have happened with this first green-white checker. We could see, Rodney Roberts or Hunter Carlson getting their way through there, and I think Dan's going to be now very much on the back foot as well heading into Auto Club, and quite unfortunate is, that's 100% a racing incident. That was, there was no malintent or anything like that. It was a simple case of, he got a little loose, bounced off that wall, and Andrew Williams just didn't expect it. So unfortunate, but
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You do what you can.
Okay, before I let it go, I really want to bring up heat shields, which even those can only take re-entry for so long, they don't hold up forever. Yeah, I gotta leave this conversation now as well, because it could take me down a rabbit hole with that one. But there we go. Thank you very much, Rhea. It's been an interesting tangent that we have gone off on here, but we have got a race to finish off. We're going to be coming round 3 to go into the Geico restart zone once more, and then we are going to be green. Oh, we are not. Oh, Kenton, we didn't even get it off the line.
So do we bring in Brusso for that, or ask him what just happened, what's going on, or well, that's gonna put a dent in Rodney Roberts, I guess.
Let's see here as well. We have got the man who is the live steward, the league owner, Aaron Brusso. Dude, we didn't even get off the line on that one.
Yeah, I do believe that Rodney spun his tires, and I mean, it happens, I guess.
Okay, we were doing so well, right? Weren't we? We as a collective, they were doing really well, but as you say, Roberts spun up his tires, and then all merry hell broke out behind him. What do we think going forward? We're now going to obviously be running. What's that? Is that going to be our second GWC?
I think we'll get through this one.
You reckon?
I think we'll get through this. I hope we get through it. I mean, it is. There's this after this race. There's a little more playoff race before we go to the championship. So people are going to be racing aggressive. But sorry, I just saw a car sideways under yellow, so I had to stop talking. But I think we'll get through this. I'm praying we get through this.
Okay, I think there may have been Dan Michael under yellow there as well. I've had a big old notification that people have crashed here, so I'm not entirely sure.
Believe I saw the 91 sideways, but I don't know what happened.
Not sure, sir.
Yeah.
Can't tell you at the moment. Yeah, they all checked up. Yeah, Dan Michael literally come to a stop. Williams almost come to a stop. Collicott had to take evasive action.
They were slowing down for the pace car.
Yeah.
And,
so, who's your money on this late on?
I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I think Alex is probably in good spot.
Okay. Well, I think you might be right there, Mr. Brusso, sir. But we will let you go. Go back in. Get ready to... Don't throw the yellow.
Try my best.
Okay, sir. Have a good one.
You too.
Colleen's asked, are we over your averages, gentlemen? Kenton. Kenton's vacated the booth. Or does he realise that he's muted?
No, I'm still here. I did not. I had to sneeze, so I muted it beforehand and then forgot to unmute it.
Okay, are we over the average?
I am going to have to take a look at the number of caution laps we had, but we won't get that until the race is over. They won't actually tell us.
Oh.
And I'll do the math. So I will let you know after, as soon as this race ends, if it ends.
Well, it will end. It's just not quite sure when. Unless Alex gets his well-earned spot, unless things go horribly wrong. Yeah, we have seen... We've seen that happen.
We've seen things go horribly wrong last time we said that.
Yes, to Alex Witt of all people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, this is Alex's race unless something goes horribly wrong.
Boom.
It was in that moment. He knew.
The backmarker. Nick Stockner.
No, that one wasn't on Stockner. That was on the other... I remember that. Stockner happened to be involved, but Stockner was on his outside. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Hunter Carlson, actually.
What, in the wall?
Oh,
that Michael put in the wall? No, or Witt put in the wall when he was out in front? I can't remember.
Are we talking about the Darlington?
The last lap one.
Yeah, Darlington. No. That was it was Hunter Carlson accidentally made contact with Stockner and spun him down into Dan Michael, and that sent Michael and him up into the wall.
Okay.
I remember that one.
All right. Right. Free to go. Come on. GWC, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 protagonists in the playoffs in this top 6 here. The only one not in there, I believe, as well, is Strada. So could Strada play a part, do we think? Or is he just get
Hopefully
back?
not.
Yeah, or is he just going to back out and let them get on with it? Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your hats. It's going to be the GWC. Green, white, checker. Are we going to get there? Are we going to get this up and running? Into the Geico restart zone we go, and we are green. Alex Witt got the jump at the beginning. Roberts and Carlson running side by side. Strada, Jakowitz, Michael and McLaughlin. Roberts, he's setting after Michael. I don't know if he's going to get there, though.
No, I don't think he's going to, but Hunter Carlson might take a quick swipe here at Rodney Roberts as he was looking to the inside a little bit, and they're pretty close. Jakowitz looking on the outside. I think Dan Michael made contact with the wall again, unfortunately. He's been having some troubles with that wall. Rhea trying to cause more problems, but we have hit the white flag, so there is no more cautions. This will be the last lap, no matter what happens. So let's see what if Carlson's going to be able to do it.
Witt's going to take it. Witt's going to take this.
Witt is going to take it.
He's going to take it. He's going to get his place in the final. Witt did make it through there as well. Rodney Roberts, Hunter Carlson in second. Not too sure what went on at the back, but there was a lot of chaos going on as cars were coming over the line. I've got a funny feeling one of them might be Dan Michael. Going over the line sideways, was it?
I saw McLaughlin go over the wall sideways, but I'm not sure about Dan Michael.
Was it McLaughlin?
I saw him introduce himself to the wall coming out of four.
So
there it is.
One. Oh, Strada and Michael were leaning on each other, weren't they?
Yeah, and Peg hit the wall afterwards as well.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is Alex Witt who will go into that final four. 2 places available, Kenton, now as we're coming down to the nitty-gritty. Auto Club left. It's got to be all or nothing, hasn't it? It's got to be a win-win-win for people.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you want to get the win and just guarantee your spot, but as of right now, so your front runners are going to be Roberts and Carlson. And, I mean, you've got Jack Witz and Michael are going to be, 1 and 2 points back, respectively. McLaughlin's only going to be, a few points back, and Williams, same thing. So it's going to be very tight, and it's going to come 100% down to, that last finishing and how everything goes for everybody. So it's going to make Auto Club very interesting, and with the way Auto Club runs, it's going to be a very exciting race to get to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big open corners, big open track, multiple lines people can take the entire time. Tire saving, just wanting to, kind of keep it comfy, being aggressive. There's like 5 different lines you can take through those corners at Auto Club. So it's going to be a very entertaining race to watch for sure. So don't miss it.
Definitely. Well, let's start off with the interviews. We'll kick in with the man that finished in 3rd place, one Mr. Hunter Carlson in that 32 Chevy. Hunter, welcome in, sir. How are you?
I'm good, James. How are you?
I'm not bad, mate. Not bad at all, to be honest. Just watched some great racing. I got a little bit scared. I got to be honest. After a lap 100 where we were leaking cautions, I was a little bit worried there, Hunter. I'm not going to lie, but we managed to get it to the end. Did you think you could get the restart? Did you think you could take the victory and put yourself into that final 4?
I really did think so. I had confidence in myself, but obviously I just couldn't execute.
Okay, going forward though, we're going into Auto Club. It's got to be an all or nothing, hasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like I'm being a little bit better point situation come into Auto Club than I thought I'd be, but doesn't help me. Doesn't stop me from having the goal of winning that race.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's got to be the most important thing. You've had a great season, though. So, even if you go into Auto Club and you don't make it through to the final 4, still be proud of what you've achieved.
Oh, yeah. I've only been on the service since really the first week of May. So for what I've accomplished this season, I think I've exceeded my own expectations.
Yeah, absolutely as well. Well, Hunter, thank you so much for joining us. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before I let you go?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Christian Strader, TJ, all them over at Fast Angry Racing Team. They really helped me a lot this whole season, helped me get a grip on this next gen car.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great job there, Hunter, and thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at Auto Club.
Thank you, James.
Take care, man. Right, next up in the booth is the man that finished in 2nd place here as well. He was in the fight right the way down to the line. He did cause the caution on lap 150 by spinning and hitting the throttle, putting his car into the wall, but he's managed to get it back into 2nd place, up 15 for the race as well. Rodney Roberts, welcome in.
Yes, sir. How are y'all?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's just disappointing a little bit.
Yeah, did you sit there once you put it into the wall? Did you sit there and think, oh, well, that's done that?
Yeah, like I said, I look back over the replay and everything else, and I tried to restart right. It's just spun the tires and just lost it.
Yeah, not an ideal scenario going forward, but look, at the end of the day, you're going to get some nice points. We'll see how they come out, and we'll see where you've ended up, right? That's all we can literally do. Going into Auto Club, it's going to be, I just said to Hunter, are you both in that scenario where it's an all or nothing run now?
Yeah, Auto Club's one of my favorite tracks. That's I'm really good at Auto Club, and I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully we can get a great run there. It's going to be a win at track, I hope.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that you do, dear sir. Let's hope that you do. But Rodney Roberts, well done on your second place here as well. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, shout out my team, even though they're not here. Derek, Dominic, and Keenan. Whenever they're here with me, we still run good, but just still always with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great job from you, Rodney, and welcome. And congratulations on your second place, and we look forward to seeing you at Auto Club.
I hope so too.
Take care, buddy.
Talking to y'all.
And you, Mum. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, I'm good. Bye.
So there we go. That is Rodney Roberts. How did that end up there? Not too sure on that one. And our last man here as well. We spoke to him after the stage break. He took the stage win. He said he might be able to, should be able to go and win it. He's very popular winner here this evening as well. Alex Witt taking the win, putting himself into that final four at 2 weeks' time at Homestead. Alex, welcome in, sir. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good now.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. Let's hear a preach on that one. You definitely are, mate. You're through to the final four next week at home, slippers on, blanket over the knees, creating some ice cream, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Especially the Auto Club is a track that I like anyway, and being safe, it'll be nice to just cruise around and not have to worry at all like everyone else. That'll be really nice.
How involved are you going to get yourself, Alex? Like, if you're at the front and you and Dan, for instance, are running to the line, are you going to let him take the victory?
I don't think I'm ever going to let anyone take the victory, I don't think. I'm always going to try to race for the win, I think. So, I guess unless Noel was behind me, because, teammate and all, I'd give him a win. But other than that, I'm definitely going to race whoever's up there.
So unless you know Jackowitz, he's the only one you'll let past?
Yeah, I'll give him probably more room than anyone else, for sure.
Oh, Alex, you're going to get yourself in a spicy battle next week, aren't you? I'm going to see it now. It's
possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, there's going to be drama at Auto Club, and Noel Jackowitz will sneak in with his win because Alex Witt let him through. But, dude, it's a massive relief, right? It's been a very up and down season for everybody. It's been a long season for everybody in general. Going into that final four, what's the deal with Homestead? What are you going to be preparing? When are you going to start preparing? Are you preparing for Auto Club tomorrow? Or are you preparing for Homestead tomorrow and just run Auto Club like normal?
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be it. I don't feel like I need to practice too much for Auto Club, given being locked in. So it'll just be preparing for Homestead, seeing how it drives, comparing it to last season. If it seems the same, then I can kind of go off of last season and how the race ran that way.
Oh, yeah, you got no Geordie Malcolm pulling some Harry Potter fuel-saving stuff on you, have you?
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Alex, well done there, bud. Congratulations on locking yourself in that final four. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, shout out to the Breakfast Club as always. Got Noel in the top 5, and thank you, Killer Brownie.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Alex. Look forward to seeing how you get on next week.
Thank you.
Take care. Well, there you go, Kenton. That was a very interesting evening of racing. It was a very up and down for some. Andrew Williams, 10th place. I don't know. I'm worried for that young man. He's got to go out and produce a job at Auto Club. Otherwise, he's going to be out, isn't he? And are we going to be looking back at Vegas, do we think, as a defining moment for Williams? We don't know. Michael's now under pressure as well. He come across the line in 4th. Jackowitz is in front of him. It's going to be a battle with Michael, Jackowitz, Carlson and Roberts, isn't it? We've still got McLaughlin and Williams, but there's only space for 2. There can't be all of them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting battle between the remaining sort of 6 that are still dueling it out for those final 2 spots, and obviously Rodney Roberts and Hunter Carlson have themselves that little bit of an advantage. It's nothing major. It's 1 point difference between the 2 of those, and then Noel's a point out and Dan Michael's 2 points out. McLaughlin, I think, is about 3 or 4 points out, and even Andrew Williams is only about 5-6 points away. So it could be very interesting. It's definitely going to be a fun little duel, and just for those out there curious about it, we had 32 caution laps out of 156 for only about 20% under caution. So 80% green flags. I was close.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I'm not gonna lie, I was well out. I was down in the 50s, but if you were 80%, then that's fine. I'll give you that as well. Auto Club, back to the D-shaped oval again, tri-oval, whatever we want to call it. How different is it from this one here at Dover?
Oh, it's going to be drastically different. Not only is there more line opportunities on the corners, the straightaway, everything kind of like that. It's going to be very fun to watch because of how many options you can take the entire time you're driving, and it doesn't have to be the same one every lap. So going 2, 3, 4 wide can be very, very entertaining to go with as well.
Well, let's see, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Ria, for your interest in moon landings. Colleen, Terry Spainow Senior, Lydia, I think I saw pop in earlier on as well. Our very own Armand Brusso was there. Billy, thank you so much for joining us. And let's see what happens next week at Auto Club. 2 in so far, Witt and Norberg. 2 more places to go. 6 drivers, 7, 6. But what do we got? 6.
We have 6 left, still dueling it for the last 2 spots. Yes,
6 still fighting out. So there we go. But for now, guys, that's going to bring this to an end. I've been James Parfitt alongside Kenton Sportak. For now, take care. Have a great week. And as always, you never know. We might see you on a track sometime. Good night.